They're always they're always so supportive of you, Mike. You're lucky, man.
They're always what?
Like so supportive of you, like your
Oh,
sister.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
you got a great family there. Even when I've run into them, like I've run into your other sister. I think it was Cindy, when I was at J.C. Penney. She came up to me and she was like, "Oh, I love what you." They're so
You know,
nice.
it's funny because Francesca, my wife, now meets my family, and she's gotten to get really close to them
Yeah.
over the past couple of years. She calls us the Huxtables. She says there's no drama in your family at all. No one's
No.
in jail. No one's the cops are not being called. No one's in financial super distress. It's just is what it is, man. It's not bad.
No.
It's funny. No,
Hey,
but
Sean's at the golf course right now. Do you see
yeah,
that?
I heard.
He's out there doing shotguns.
I wonder
Shout
if
out
he's
to
used the
Sean.
box of balls I got him, man. I got him a box of balls the
Maybe.
other day for helping me out with the event that I had at the Home and Garden Show.
So
Man,
was
the
that
Home
a
and
hit
Garden
out there?
Dude, successful already, Joe.
Oh,
I've already
nice.
signed 3 clients from the Home and Garden Show. I've
Hopefully
got
that paid for your event there.
more than double, man. I paid $3,500 to be there. I've already made
Mhm.
8,000.
That's good.
So
Good return
the
on
goal,
investment.
the goal is to get it to 20, man. You know why? Because I wake up every morning with 2 things, Joe: a
No.
heart on and desire to make money. It's funny having family who hears me say stuff like that and go, "Yeah, that's my brother." Because
Yeah.
I know I'm an odd bird, man. I know I'm a weird guy. But at the end of the day, Dwight Yoakam said it best: "You don't know me if you don't like me, Joe. You don't know."
What
me
I
if you
like
don't
most
like me."
about you, Mike, is when you're done drinking, you just look at Chica and you're like, I'm done.
I'm done.
That's it. That's it.
Area 210, where the dreams don't fade. From the Riverwalk nights to the Alamo shade, we rise together through the highs and the lows. Area 210, oh, it's the life that we chose.
We're rising together on a game day Thursday. Happy Thursday, everybody. My name's Mike Jimenez. That's Joe Garcia. This is the Area 210 podcast powered by PF Chang's La Cantera and Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio. It's a great day to be a Spurs fan. We start one of the longest homestands of the season for the Spurs. They had a 6-game one back in November, another 6-game homestand this March starting tonight against the Detroit Pistons, one of the top teams in the Eastern Conference. The Spurs went to Detroit a couple of weeks ago, took care of business over there. So the Pistons are coming over here looking for some revenge. This is a homestand that also includes a game tomorrow on ESPN against the Clippers and Kawhi Leonard. Sunday, a home game against the Rockets that's nationally televised on the Peacock Network. Also nationally televised, Tuesday's game against the Boston Celtics on Peacock. We also have a game against the Denver Nuggets and the Charlotte Hornets. What a homestand there, Joe. We talk about the gauntlet that the Spurs went through in February. Well, it's back in March. We're going to know what this team is ready because these teams are now jockeying for position in the standings for their seedings. They're playing at high level. They're turning up the heat, Joe. We saw that with the Knicks last week when they turned up the heat against the Spurs. This is a very, very pivotal week for the Spurs. It's going to basically solidify where we're going to go. We're either going to go up to 1, potentially, or we're going to stay in that 2 spot, or we're going to fall possibly down to the 3 spot. So it's a big week for the Spurs. Again, the Celtics, no joke. The Pistons, no joke. The Rockets, no joke. The Nuggets, no joke. The Clippers, even the Clippers are hot from time to time. No joke. This is a gauntlet, Joe. We have to go at least 4-2 because this is our home turf. Personal opinion, I'd be happy with a 4-2 stand. But it starts tonight against the Pistons. Joe, how you doing, my man?
Doing good. I was watching the game last night, and so was Sean, and so was Alex. We're watching Oklahoma City and the New York Knicks, and we're like, come on, Knicks. You got to beat Oklahoma City. But that was not to be. And then Mike Brown had some choice words afterwards when he was talking with the media about Shy and always getting to the free throw line and being the free throw merchant, selling the fouls and all that. It's an art form, right? So certain players get certain calls, and he's going to get these calls, and everybody in the league knows he's the free throw merchant. But again, the Knicks, they fell to Oklahoma City 100-103. It was a close game, and I was rooting for the Knicks to win, so maybe the Spurs could catch the Thunder. It was just not meant to be. But Mike Brown showing his discontent for Shy. What do you think about that, Mike? How he gets to the free throw line all the time because he's flopping and he's selling the foul, and the refs keep blowing the whistle and sending him to the stripe. At what time do you go ahead and say, you know what? We're just not going to call it because the guy's just flopping. He's just an actor.
Okay, so you hear the phrase free throw merchant a lot.
Yeah.
And that has been accused of LeBron James and of Luka Doncic and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. The thing about Doncic and James, though, is that the way that they do it are legit fouls, right? They get in position in a certain way where they get the defender on their back hip, they put their arm out, and the defender swipes at it every single time without fail. It's either going to be an easy shot for Doncic or LeBron James, or they get hit. And it's a legit foul, Joe. So whenever you see Luka Doncic go up to the line or LeBron James go up to the line with these slaps across the arm, they're legit plays. So I understand that they try to sell it too sometimes, but at least they're getting actually legitimately fouled. SGA is not even being touched half the time, and he's looking like he's getting shot with a shotgun and just being blasted into the air, right?
Yeah. The
NBA apparently wants it because the NBA is not fining him for it. And this is not gamesmanship, because there is gamesmanship when it comes to like selling the foul, kind of like in baseball when you want to paint the line, you're the catcher, you move the ball over an inch. That's gamesmanship, right? But what Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is doing is making a mockery of the game. It's a joke, because you have a full highlight reel of things that he has done where it's not even selling the foul. Because to sell the foul, there needs to be a foul committed. It's making up the foul. And to pretend like he's getting hit in the head, that he's getting pushed, getting shoved, or he's getting a hit on a shot attempt, he's kicking out half the time, and they're supposed to be calling that on the offensive player. I know, because when I officiate high school basketball, guess what we get to do, Joe?
What?
We get to call technical fouls on offensive players who are flopping. We get to call technical fouls on players who are kicking out or who are doing things to try to sell the contact or create the contact. And the NBA is afraid of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for some reason or another. I don't know why. Because here's the thing about those officials, Joe. They're not stupid. They're not bad officials. They're the best officials in the entire world that officiate the NBA game. They're the best. They're the best of the best. So either they're in on it or they're just looking the other way, Joe.
Yeah. Well, we have a clip, right? And it shows Mike Brown talking to the media and whatnot. But this was for courtesy of the Run It Back podcast with Michelle Beadle. So I'm going to play a short clip of it, and that way we can hear what he was saying.
After the game, the story was the Thunder and how the whistle always seems to go their way. Mike Brown was a little bit heated when SGA wasn't called for his third foul sometime in the first quarter. Had more to say, by the way. Here's Coach Brown.
SGA he's a tough cover, and he does a great job of convincing the referees, probably better than anybody in the league, that he's getting hit.
I don't understand the frustration here.
That's what he does, right? He sells it, right? He does a great job of selling the foul, flopping, and you have Chandler Parsons there talking about what's the problem. It takes away from the game, especially when you have, close games going on and you can't even breathe on the guy. You can't guard him. I mean, what are you supposed to do? He's arguably one of the best players on the court at any given time. And what are you supposed to do with this guy? You can't guard him. You can't touch him. I mean, it just takes away from it.
You know what you would do back in the day, Joe?
Slap
him? Maybe this is the answer. You're going to foul. You want to get a foul? You get fouled, like what Luke Cornett did the other day when he was roughed up, right?
You went,
again, he is not selling the foul. He's faking the foul. That's a different thing, man. If you get hit on a shot and there's contact, you want to sell the contact because the contact actually happened. That is one thing. To pretend that it happened and go to the line with a clear conscience of what just happened here?
Yeah.
That's stupid. That's a mockery of the game. That's making the game look stupid. And it's
stupid.
making
Stupid.
It is. It is. And, so I have a hard time with these officials right now, because you see Wemby getting outright, Class B assault on him out there.
Jeez. It's like a WWE match out there with Wemby. They're just knocking the crap out of him, pushing him and everything. No foul called. Not a foul. Not a
But
foul.
but no foul. No foul.
Yeah,
But
no foul.
SGA doesn't even get touched, and it's a foul.
Yeah.
And either the officiating has gone to crap, it's not as good as we think it is, or they're in on it. That's the only thing that you can think of, Joe. But
That's
here's
funny
the
how
thing.
you said you want to get him a foul, give him a foul, knock the taste out of his mouth. In other words,
I
just go
know.
out there and just level him.
Yeah, take out a tooth. Kurt Rambis style, Bill Lambier style. Make it worth it.
Bill Lambier, that was an art form back in the day. He was one of the dirtiest players in the league, doing the chair. Remember how he would just hunch over underneath the basket when somebody would dunk? And when they would land on him, he would move so they could fall. And then he would go like that with his hands up in the air. What did I do?
See, but you can't do that anymore for a variety of reasons because there's not an appetite to have that type of basketball anymore. The only people who want that are people who are our age, Joe. I'm going to look at Bill Lambier stats, right? Because Bill Lambier had a long career, over a decade long, mostly with the Pistons, 1 year with the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah.
What do you think his points per game were as a career?
They were terrible. Probably like 2.3, something like
Actually,
that.
he's a lot better than that. He was a 4-time All-Star. He had 13 points for his career, 12.9 to be exact.
Wow.
But what did he shoot? I'd be surprised if he shot well.
EFG was terrible, I bet.
Career 32% three-point shooter, 50% from the field. His EFG was 50.7 for his career, 0.507, which means that for a center, by the way, EFG at 0.507 would not exist in today's society.
No.
That's exactly what number 10 had for the Spurs before he was told that he was gone.
He who shall not be named.
Right? So
Yeah.
it's strange when you look back in time and you think back to like the career shootings of Bill Lambier or Kobe Bryant. They weren't that good, man. It just wasn't. It's ingrained in our mind because that's what we grew up with, and because that's what we grew up with, it had to have been great, right? Because nothing beats 90s rap, 90s hip hop, or 90s R&B.
Yeah.
Nothing beats 70s rock, right? We want to have fantasized that was the greatest generation ever when it comes to basketball. But it could be that the players of today are better than they were from yesteryear. The only one that I saw the other day, Joe, did you know what Steve Kerr's three-point shooting accuracy was for his career?
Accuracy. I'd say it's somewhere in the 40s.
Joe, it is ridiculous. I'm going to look it up again, but if I'm not mistaken, his career three-point shooting was 45.5%.
There you go.
For his
Anything
career.
above 36 is pretty damn good.
Joe, I'm looking at his career stats right now. It's insane. He's the greatest. We talk about the greatest shooter of all time being Steph Curry, and that's true, because of what Curry can do and how far he can shoot it. But when you look at his career, 45.4% from three. And this wasn't somebody this was a volume three-point shooter in Steve Kerr. Props to Steve Kerr, one of the greatest shooters of all time. But Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a problem because he's actually a very, very good player. He might actually win the MVP this year. He's a very good player.
But least likable.
But it's not likable. Joe, look at his outfit from yesterday. Did you see his outfit from yesterday?
Oh, God, dude. Showing up in that fur coat nonsense.
He showed up in a fur coat looking like a 70s pimp.
He did. He's just missing the cane and the feather.
He probably had the cane and the feather on the chair next to him, looking like
And the little
pimp.
And the little chalice, the golden chalice. Oh,
Look at-
God.
There
There he is. Look, I got a picture.
You
of
got it. You got it. Okay, I'm glad I was looking for it for you.
him. Mike, this is ridiculous, bro. What the hell is that, man? Jesus.
Looking like a furry.
He can't even talk out of that thing, dude. Come on.
He wants to be taken seriously, and that's what he's looking like these days. Come on. Come on, man.
Bro, if that was happening on Coach Pop's watch, what do you think would have said? Take that shit off.
Chris Gonzalez asked, what is Mark Price's career three-point shooting percentage? 40.2.
Wow, Mark Price was another one.
Not bad, man. But he was also one of the best free throw shooters of all time. Mark
Yeah,
Price,
played for the Cavaliers.
90.4%. Yeah, I mean, some of these players. By the way, happy belated birthday to Kevin Johnson, KJ, the Phoenix Suns,
Yeah.
turned 60 yesterday. One of my favorite players growing up. When I was playing ball back in the day, Joe, that's who I tried to emulate. Hey, by the way, Sean didn't stick up for
No.
me. Sean did stick up for me when we did the Q&A the other day.
And I asked everybody. I asked you. He said he didn't want to do your. I can't do my boy dirty like that. I'm like, come on, Sean. I said, Sean, is Mike sneaky athletic? And he's like, well, Cricket was pretty sneaky athletic.
Cricket.
Cricket. We can't forget your nickname, Cricket.
That's funny. It's funny that you mentioned that because I had to get a new driver's license. So when we came back from San Antonio to Conroe, I lost my wallet. I don't know where it is. I think it's in the house somewhere, or it's not in the truck. I might have left it at the gas station. I don't know. But the last time I used my credit cards or debit card was at a gas station on the way to Conroe, right?
You lost it?
We stopped at this small town. Yeah, all my credit cards, my driver's license, all gone. And I haven't used it since Sunday. And I've been thinking to myself, it's going to turn up because I leave crap everywhere. I lose my phone all the time. I don't lose it forever, but I put it someplace. Like I'll be like in the laundry room. I'll put it on the washer and dryer and forget that I left it there. And then I'll be looking for my phone.
Yeah.
And it's on the top of the washer and dryer. So I thought that it'll pop up. It's been 3 days and it hasn't popped up. So here I am this morning.
Making calls.
Going online. And did you know, Joe, that if you have I would encourage everybody to take a photo of their driver's license, because if you lose your driver's license and you don't have all the information, including that long 18-digit DD number on the bottom, you have to take your happy ass to the DMV, and you have to go over there and sit in line, make an appointment, and all that stuff. Take a new photo. But if you have a photo of with all your information, you plug it into the system, boom, replaced instantaneously.
Look at the
Joy-Con
drift key.
What's Mike
Wallet's name? Gone.
Now, the good thing, Joe, is that none of my cards have been used since Sunday.
It's probably in your damn truck or somewhere. It has to be there, man.
I've been looking all over the place for it. I've been looking up and down. What's interesting was I got on Chase's information, right? So I went to chase.com and I ordered a new card, and it said, we'll have a new card for you in 3 weeks, but would you like it now in your Apple Wallet for Apple Pay? It's like, yes. Boom, it magically appeared. So even though my card won't be here for 3 weeks, I have it on Apple Pay. And the same thing goes for Bank of America. Bank of America was like, hey, we have all your information for your new card already generated. Boom, here it is. So pretty badass, man. Pretty badass.
Not whoop, there it is. Boom, there it is.
Boom, there it is. I told Chica I'm officially a Conroe resident because I put our Conroe address on there. So it is what it is.
You can't vote in San Antonio no more then.
I know, man. So shut up, Gina.
Shut up, Gina, no more.
Shut up, Gina, no more. But we're still looking for houses all over the place, man. We're having these deep conversations with her mom because wherever we go, her mom's gonna go. Yeah. And I've been tossing the idea of Bulverde and Blanco, been tossing those ideas out. So we shall see, man. It'd be nice to be closer to San Antonio, but I don't want to live inside of 1604. I don't care how great the house is. I don't care how beautiful the land is. I do not want to be in 1604.
I'm tired of the cookie cutter houses, dude. Like here where we live and in the suburbs. I want to see trees, man. I want to get out of the hustle and bustle of the city, dude. I'm tired of the traffic. Like it takes you 20 minutes just to get out of here. On the weekends, especially. You want to go and get coffee or something to eat? Forget it, dude. Everything's so packed.
So Chica and I were driving on 410. We got on 410 right where the Dave & Buster's is by the Wonderland of America's 410 I-10.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And we're driving I-10 to downtown, and she noticed the billboard signs. It was the funniest thing. She was like, "Why are all the billboard signs for personal injury attorneys? Like, is this a San Antonio thing?
Is it the Force?
The Fours are one of them.
Thomas J. Henry,
Jim Adler, Texas Hammer, all these guys, right? So we're driving through, and she goes, "I'm going to count them." So from I-10, 410, just in one direction, going towards downtown until he hit 35, she counted 14 different billboards for personal injury attorneys. That is ridiculous, Joe. You know how many other billboards there were for other things? Like 3. 14 of the 17 were for, and she was like, How many accidents are people getting in?
There are a lot of
How many
accidents here.
18-wheelers are getting into car accidents? Because when we go down Conroe and Willis and the Woodlands and Spring, Texas, it's not around, Joe. It's not around. Ain't a thing. Ain't a
Look
thing.
at that. Hanover Fist says it's the same thing in Houston. I'm telling you, man.
It's not as
Houston's
bad.
horrible.
Man.
You know this, Mike. When you travel into Houston, the
awful.
traffic is horrible. Horrible. It don't even matter what time of day it is. It's just bad.
Yeah. Joe, I have a doctor's appointment in a few hours.
What are they going to do?
Is it weird? It's because I had a doctor's appointment like a month and a half ago. And they're checking
Routine checkup.
My blood pressure.
Yeah, okay.
So I went in there for blood pressure issues, and they gave me medication, and they're going to check to see if it's working. I've been doing the monitors at home and whatnot, and it is progressively going lower and lower. But is it weird that the vanity in me is saying that I don't want to eat or drink a lot of stuff because I want to weigh in as low as possible to say, hey, doc, I lost 6 pounds since last month, man. Give me some credit here. So I'm over here like avoiding food right now until my doctor's appointment later on today.
Yeah. Myra's in the chat, and she was saying that it is true. She says in Houston, too. It's the same thing in Houston. All the traffic attorneys and all that, they're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Houston, she says that the traffic sucks. Everybody knows this, man. We hate the traffic in Houston. It's bad here in San Antonio.
I was going to say, San Antonio used to be like, well, at least we're not Dallas. At least we're not Houston. At least we're not Austin. Austin is superior traffic, dude. That is some grade A bad traffic, right?
That's a shit show because they only got one major highway. That's it.
Mopac and 35 and Mopac, right?
Yeah.
60, but if you look at San Antonio, we have crept up and we now equal Houston and Dallas when it comes to sucky traffic. In fact, I would say this: Dallas is probably better than San Antonio when it comes to traffic.
I've driven in Dallas. Yeah, Dallas is probably a little bit better in some ways, but that Dallas too is so spread out, man. It takes a while for you to get anywhere in Dallas and the Dallas Metroplex.
Someone asked in our chat, what was Chuck Person's career 3-point shooting percentage?
Jeez, the rifleman.
36.2%, which is good. I mean, that's a respectable average, but he was known as the rifleman for many years. One of the tall tales that I have, Joe, that you talked about involved Chuck Person, the rifleman. I went to a Lakers game against the Pacers because I have family in LA and I hate the Lakers, and I was cheering for the Pacers not because I'm a Pacers fan, but because I love watching LA lose. I hate the Dodgers. I hate every LA team and basically every New York team I hate, right?
Just as much as you hate the Cowboys?
Small market mentality. Now, I used to say the Cowboys the most, but now I kind of pity the Cowboys. It's kind of like, this has gone on too long, man. I feel sorry now. But here's the thing. I got down lower level because the Pacers won by over 30 points. I remember the score was 114-87. And Rifleman and Reggie Miller went off that night. And they're on the court, and I asked for a photo. Like, I didn't ask to take a photo with me. There was a handful of minutes left in the game. It's a timeout. And I said, hey, guys, can I get a photo? And I'm there on the front row. I made my way down on the front row, and I had this little disposable camera. And I took a photo of Reggie Miller and Chuck Person doing one of these, like shoulder hugging each other and smiling. They beat the living crap out of the Lakers that night. Swear to you it happened. I was probably in high school when it did.
Nice.
Everyone's saying cap.
Yeah.
Stop the cap.
I don't know if it's a story not done, but cap.
They always tell you that. Every single time.
I'm willing to give the Cowboys a pity F. I mean, it was fun, Joe, because the Cowboys had won 3 Super Bowls, and it was one of those things where Cowboy fans were just all about themselves and feeling themselves up and all that stuff, right?
Yeah,
feeling themselves, not feeling themselves up. That's a different thing. But when the Cowboys started to lose, it became comical because the Romo years, they were good teams. They had, Marion Barber, they had Des Bryant. They had a lot of really good players on that team. Tony Romo was a really good quarterback. And seeing them come up short every time was kind of funny. Then you have the Dak Prescott years.
Yeah.
And it's more of the same. And now it's been over 30 years since the Cowboys have even sniffed a conference championship game. I know the Niners have, it's 1 year longer for the Niners to win a Super Bowl, but they've at least made the Super Bowl a few times since then, or a couple times since then. Gone to the conference finals a couple times since then. The Cowboys haven't. At some point, it's not funny anymore. At some point, it's kind of like, I just feel bad for Cowboy fans. But then again, the Cowboys win it again. That's a horrible fan base to watch them celebrate, man. They'll celebrate a little bit too much, man. But anyway,
I was going to ask you, Mike. Oh, you were naming Chuck Person, right? The rifleman.
Yeah.
Remember that story they had of him one time? So this is how cheap the Spurs plane used to be, right? Remember one time that they were landing here? I think it was in San Antonio. So the plane comes in because back then there was a private plane they had. So the plane lands, right? San Antonio International Airport. And he's sitting down on his chair, and the chair freaking broke, dude. It jacked up his back.
I remember that.
Landing, the chair broke and it messed his back up. And then I was remembering other 3-point shooting, let's say, players that they had on the Spurs, probably before Chuck Person. Dale Ellis. Remember Dale Ellis?
He was a great shooter, man.
Back in the day, like you like to say, Mike. What was his effect? What was his 3-point shooting percentage? And I'm pulling that up right now. In the 92-93 season when he was with the Spurs, 3-point shooting percentage, 0.401. And then in his last season, the 93-94 season, 0.395.
40.3% for his career.
He played with Dallas, Seattle, Milwaukee, San Antonio, Denver, and then he finished, I believe, in Chicago.
So
he finished his career there.
He was great, man. He was great. By the way, you know what's so funny about life? There's certain things that you remember, and you don't know why you remember that, right? Like I remember that up, down, left, right, B8 select start got you 30 men on
Contra. Yeah.
I still to this day remember that 007-373-5963 gets you to Mike Tyson in Mike Tyson's Punch Out. Why I still remember that, I don't know.
Or 226-3232, the number for the Frost Bank. You call it and you find out the time.
Frost Bank time.
The Frost Bank time is
31. Downtown temperature 77. I told you, Joe, that I went to that game and I remember taking that photo of Chuck Person and Reggie Miller.
Yeah.
And I told you, I said the Lakers lost 114-87. AI overview right there, Joe. I said it happened when I was in high school. On January 3rd, it says 1992. I was 14 years old. The Pacers beat the Lakers 114-87 at the Forum. One of the worst home losses in Lakers history. The fact that I remembered the score.
Wow.
So now, those of you who are saying Tall Tales and Cap, what do you got to say about me now?
Mike.
I have somewhere in my parents' house or my sister Christina's house is a photo of Chuck Person and Reggie Miller holding each other like this, posing for me because I'm there cheering them on at the Forum. Boom.
You can remember all that, but you can't remember your driver's license number.
I know the license number. I just know where it's at.
Man, that's funny. You lose your wallet. Rick lost his wallet. I'm like, what's going on, man? What the hell's going on with y'all, man?
That's funny, dude.
Y'all need to put like an air tag or something in the damn wallet, bro.
Yeah, most definitely. That's going to be the next step. But let's talk about the Spurs, man. Taking on the Pistons tonight. 6-game homestand opening tonight, 7 o'clock. Not nationally televised, so you'll have to FanDuel it to watch the game. Spurs are favored to win this game.
It's going to come out on Prime, isn't it?
No, the next two games are on Prime. Or the next two games are on Peacock, rather. But the Spurs, either way, are kind of entrenched at that 2 spot. Remember about a month ago we were talking about how it was going to be a dogfight to get that 2 spot. The Spurs could be 2, 3, 4, 5. It's looking more and more like there's like a 90% chance that we're going to land at the 2, right?
No.
Spurs right now 3.5 games behind Oklahoma City in the Western Conference standings, but just 2 games when it comes to the loss column. The Rockets and T-Wolves, the Rockets are 5 games behind the Spurs in the loss column. The Wolves are 6 games. Nuggets are 7 games. So, Joe, I mean, there's only 21 games left. The idea that another team's going to leapfrog us when we're up by 4.5, 5 games over them is pretty remote. I'm not saying that it's impossible, but like the wheels would have to really fall off this team to make that happen.
You need to light the prayer candles and everything before every game, so make sure that nobody gets hurt, Mike.
That's it,
all I
Joe.
want. That's all I want. No injuries.
That's why the Spurs, knock on wood right now, are a championship contenders because they're healthy. OKC had an oblique injury to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He just came back last week. So SGA has been nicked up this year. Nikola Jokic has been nicked up this year. Jalen Williams of OKC has also been nicked up for most of the season as well. Look at the Lakers. LeBron James has been hurt. Austin Reeves has been hurt.
Yeah.
The Rockets have had injuries to a lot of different players. So just stay healthy and land on the 2 spot is basically what we're saying over here. Spurs are 3.5-point favorites against the Pistons. So Vegas expects this to be a very, very, very close game.
What is
over under
the
of 228. 228. I'm glad you mentioned that
Copy.
because I think that's high.
It is a
228.
little high.
That's a little high, man. So that means Vegas thinks that the Spurs are going to win basically 115 to 112 or 116 to 113. That's kind of where Vegas thinks it's going to be. I think that's kind of high. I don't think these teams come by for 220.
Let's see what they have them at today. There you go. Got the Pistons at plus 3.5. There you go, Mike. So what they're talking about 3.5?
3.5. So, I mean, the Spurs should win this game, even though the Pistons are a really good team. Hand over fist on our chat, powered by PFChanks. Like that says, Spurs eyes on that 1 seed. JHNSB says Mike had them getting that 1 seed. We all remember. I'm not saying that they're out of the mix. It's only a 2-game difference when it comes to the loss column. Spurs rack up some wins. If the Spurs are 6-0 at the end of this homestand, why not?
Yeah.
At that point, the Spurs would be what, 1 game behind on the Thunder. It all depends on what they can do in this homestand. What can they do against the Celtics? What can they do against the Clippers? There's the Charlotte game is even a dangerous game because Knipple can go off. So, what is a successful road homestand, Joe? I mean, obviously 6-0 would be.
6-0.
What's a respectable one where you're like, hey, this was a good homestand? Is it 4-2 or 5-1?
5-1. Because, the thing is that you can't just go in there and be like, well, we won 4 games. You're 4 up in the standings. If you lose 2, that doesn't bode well for you. You want to lose as little as possible. 5-1 would be a successful homestand. 6-0 would be more ideal because it's harder to win on the road than it is at home. You would think, but I'm confident that the Spurs are going to come in here and they're going to take care of business tonight against the Pistons. It's their first game back. They're going to be excited. The energy is going to be through the roof. You're going to have your buddy, the Jackals. They're chanting, ole, 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 stupid, stupid, and they're going to chant the MVP that you love so much, Mike, so you can roll your eyes. I mean, it's going to be a different atmosphere. It's going to be like a playoff atmosphere. People are going to be excited for it, Mike.
Well, the city of San Antonio has not had the Spurs for quite some time. It's been a while.
The rodeo's gone, but the smell's still there.
Very nice. No, I think the Spurs should win this game. I think the Spurs have everything lined up from the home cooking. I mean, Dylan Harper said it also. They asked him the question. I don't know if you saw the interview that he did where they asked him the question, what did you think about the rodeo road trip? And he goes, all it tells us is that we need that arena bad. We need that new arena bad. I miss being home.
The kid wasn't having it, dude. Living on the road out of a suitcase is a hard life, dude.
It is, man.
Sleeping on those uncomfortable beds in the hotel rooms. I bet you those beds suck, dude.
Well, it probably sucks to somebody who's 6'6", right?
Yeah. Even me, dude. Like when I if I go to a hotel, I can't sleep in the Motel 6 no more.
Oh, well, first of all,
that's
1 and 2 star status. Chica, okay, here's Chica guidelines, man. Okay, make more money, right? Chica guidelines are she ain't staying at a hotel that ain't 9.0 or higher rated. Ain't gonna happen.
Dude. You need a comfortable bed, man. The bed's the most important thing. If you're staying somewhere and you're out in another city, you want to get a good night's sleep, dude. I'm not sleeping on no hard ass freaking bed. Feels like freaking rocks, dude. No.
Yeah, no, I gotta pay the extra money for it, man. It is what it is, man. The best Western days are over of my life.
Yeah, the
Myra
Best
Myra says,
Western
"Who sleeps at the
Motel
Motel 6 anyway?"
Exactly, man.
If you have to drive up to the room, that's not a good sign.
A valet parking, or I don't want it.
No, it doesn't have to be that, man. Just I don't want to drive up to my room. But where's your room?
Oh.
Just drive around the corner. It's number
Around the
402.
corner. First or second floor.
So we have a new name. I'm not familiar with this one. EPNOSYL. So let's see how we pronounce it.
Welcome.
Epnosil. There you go. Says, I'm still skeptical about this team in the playoffs. We'll see against the Pistons. Well, I mean, we have an MVP candidate coming in Cade Cunningham. Remember the last time the Spurs played the Pistons, Stephon Castle got underneath Cade's skin. Remember that whole play where it wasn't even a play, where Cade Cunningham shoved Stephon Castle to the ground because Castle was guarding him all 94 feet. It was just following him around. You know, to quote the movie Hoosiers, you could smell the gum, the flavor of gum that he had. Sucky movie, but great line. But Cade Cunningham is going to be it. Like that's basically the storyline that I'm going to be watching in tonight's game is what is Steph Castle going to do to Cade Cunningham and vice versa. I'm also going to be looking at what Wemby's going to be doing offensively. He's had back-to-back 4 games in a row with like 10 to 12 points. Is he going to be a bigger part of the offense now that we're at home? Or is it going to be one of those things where he's going to be out saying, "No, guys, I'm going to be doing defense and I'm going to be a facilitator," which has been working. Spurs were plus 41 in the plus minus the other day when Wemby was on the court.
Yeah, but the thing is, like you said, Mike, what is he doing out there? Being disruptive on the defensive end. And not only that, but he's been really good lately passing the ball to the open man. You know, he's starting to see things different, Mike. So you're right. He doesn't have to score those points just as long as he remains active and gets his teammates involved early. I think what's one thing he's learned that Michael Jordan learned, Mike, you can't do it all by yourself. You got to get your teammates involved.
So here's the thing, Joe. You have signed the apology form.
Yeah, I have it right here, by the way, too, so they can see it.
And where's the signature? Let me see it. It's signed on the top right there. Did you check off which box?
Those are all the boxes that I have there. Those are all the reasons.
Okay, all of the above. Okay.
All
so
the reasons.
It's funny how the evolution that you have as a fan, because I know you're a Spurs fan. We've gone to games together. I know you're a Spurs fan. But the evolution of Wemby is this generational player who needs to do everything to what he's doing now, which is what? Anchoring the defense and playing excellent defense, and then being a facilitator, and then scoring when needed.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting development in the evolution of Victor Wembanyama. He's still averaging 23 points per game. He's still averaging double-digit rebounds. But it's more important for the Spurs to do what? To have him get 4, 5, or 6 blocks per game.
Yeah.
For him to alter shots. And the more focus that he has on defense, and I know everyone's saying the whole Rudy Gobert thing. Stop. Rudy Gobert
he's ass, bro.
had no offensive game. Not a facilitator, had no offensive game.
He can't even hit his free throws.
So it's interesting how this team has been put together, because they're telling Wemby, you don't need to do everything offensively, man, because what do we got? We got Vassell going off for 6 or 7 3-pointers. We got Champagny going off. We've got Castle driving the lane. Dylan Harper, when Castle out of the game, well, here comes Harper doing what? The exact same thing, only left-handed, right? You got De'Aaron Fox doing his thing. Luke Cornett doing alley-oops. You have Keldon Johnson wreaking havoc. It's a blessing. It's the fortune that we have of guys that can get a bucket. Can they all shoot threes? Well, they're getting better. As a team, shooting at 35% on the season, which is 1 point below where you want to be, but it's a lot better than what we had been. Spurs undefeated when they shoot 40% or greater from three. Pretty much unbeatable when they shoot 35% from three, and we've consistently been getting that. We're seeing 3-pointers go in for Carter Bryant, who's now at 33.3% for the season. When he was earlier in the year, he was down in the 20s, low 20s, and now he's at the 33.3%. You're seeing Vassell feeling it. Dare I say, the rim looks bigger. They're throbbing out there from behind the arc. And on top of that, they're not relying on that. That's the beautiful part of it, Joe, is that even when the threes are going in, guess what? They're still limiting the number that they do. They're not being the Celtics chunking up 73 pointers in a game. They're going out there and they're making it part of the game, but they're not living and dying by the three. But if the three goes in, they're going to thrive by the three. And the Spurs will take it tonight, Joe. I have all the confidence in the world tonight.
You know, it's the evolution of the Spurs game, right? We're seeing the evolution of maybe the return of the beautiful game before the playoffs, because you're starting to see that already, right? You see little shades, especially when it comes to passing, when they get out there and then they're in that half court set sometimes, right? When they're coming up the court in transition, everybody's kind of spacing the floor already. They're moving, they have fluidity to their offense, and you see the passing. Passing looks great. And then they find the open man. Sometimes they get in trouble because they pass a little bit too much, but you like the fact that they're not being selfish. You know, they're not trying to go ahead and just force things and be a bull in the china shop like Kellen Johnson early on. Just put your head down.
Which is what they were doing the prior 2 seasons.
And it was getting them in trouble. Now they're playing a little bit more relaxed. Their offense is looking a lot better. Now it's not so much, let's just chunk up a three. Let's chunk up a three. Sometimes it is like that, but you can tell that it's getting better. I just don't want to see them chunk up those ill-advised threes. If the threes aren't falling, what's wrong with the two? It gets points on the board. Like, just do that, man. You got to be able to disrupt the zone. And that's what it seems that the Spurs have some issues, is when the teams come out, give them different looks, throw out the zone to them. Spurs are having a poor shooting night. They're going to go ahead and disrupt their passing lanes. They can't just, go ahead and drive to the lanes because they're cutting all these things off. You got to knock down your shot, man. And if you're not knocking down threes, get in a better position and knock down a two. You see, that's when they could use Wemby. That's when they could use Wemby to go ahead and like set a pick, set a screen, something. Let him get inside the paint, feed him the ball. Even if he's not going to make the shot, at least he's going to get fouled and go to the stripe. It's still putting points up on the board. They got to find ways to score points.
They have an embarrassment of riches when it comes to scores. Yeah. And I don't mind the two, man. I don't mind the mid-range jumper. I don't if it's going in at a high clip, I don't mind it at all. Dylan Harper, what he can do offensively, I mean, he's not going to be first team All-NBA rookie. And some Spurs fans are going to give crap about that because he was the number 2 pick in the draft. This is a long, long career that we're going to be looking at with Dylan Harper. I still would have taken him 2 overall. Concanipple might win Rookie of the Year, might be Cooper Flagg, who knows. But Dylan Harper has the intangibles. Like, everybody knows. And I think one of the things about being a Spurs fan is if you follow them on FanDuel, I'm outside of San Antonio, so I get the chance to watch it, Spurs broadcasting and the opponents broadcasting. I always watch the opponents broadcasting. 2 reasons. 1, I want to get the opposing point of view. And the second thing is, I don't care what Sean Elliott and Jacob Toby have to say about food. Okay? You knew I was going with that. You saw that percolating in my head.
Yeah, I did, because you know what? I already know you're going to say stupid.
But every opponent's crew, which have a lot of professional players, former professional players, like Sean Elliott does it for the Spurs. You might have another player doing it for the Mavericks or for whomever, the Warriors or whomever. Every one of them, they speak so glowingly of 2 players on that team. Dylan Harper and Carter Bryant. Both of them, to a man, say, those guys are good. They're going to be very good. And stats be damned. Dylan Harper, if Dylan Harper was playing for Charlotte, he'd probably be the Rookie of the Year or up there, just like Concanipple is, because it's about usage and how many minutes they play. But for what he is being brought into, a position of being an important player on a championship contending team. Cooper Flagg could only wish that was the case for him. VJ Edgecombe, Concanipple could only wish that was them. Ace Bailey could only wish that was them. The only rookie that matters this year in the NBA is Dylan Harper, because he's the only one making the playoffs and making a playoff run. So it's interesting what's going to happen, because the experience that he's going to get from making a playoff run this year, he's going to get to build on in years and years to come. It's an exciting time to be a Spurs fan, man.
I was going to show this video. We hadn't seen this before. And this is a video that somebody released of Wemby. And it was courtesy of Simon, IG Simon _ Van Helt's photo. and this was from his Instagram. So I saw this on the X, right? And it's pretty cool little video. It shows Wemby getting ready, right, for the game. Look at that, Mike. He's ready for the dunk contest, man. And then they show him shooting threes and what his warm-up routine is. And this was before the 76ers game got started.
Mm-hmm.
But nonetheless, man, it's cool to see like videos like this of Wemby, I thought that was cool, especially him being a man of his size, putting that ball between his legs and then dunking it. That's slam dunk material right there for the dunk contest over at the NBA All-Star game.
Look at the people who are lined up to watch him just practice.
Yeah.
When I was at the game here at the Toyota Center in Houston, there was a big crowd of people wanting to just watch him practice. And do they do that for Cade Cunningham? No. Do they do that for Nikola Jokic? No. Do they do that for SGA? No. There's only two players in the NBA that they do this for. It's Wemby and LeBron James.
El Wembeazo.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't make shirts that say that, man. El Wembeazo. Let's go ahead and give some love to one of our sponsors, Mike. Who
you pick it.
To first?
You pick it, baby.
Okay, let's go ahead and give love to PF Chang's. I'm already wearing the hat, so might as well. We'll go ahead and come back here in 30 seconds after this message. PF Chang's La Cantera, San Antonio's premier destination for dinner, date night, or happy hour. Enjoy one of their signature dishes, such as the Singapore street noodles, sesame chicken, or Chang spicy chicken, or their infamous Chang's chicken lettuce wraps, which are delicious, by the way. You can enjoy all this while you're dining in an Asian-inspired atmosphere. And make sure to enjoy the new outdoor patio and try some of PF Chang's signature cocktails and drinks during happy hour, Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. PF Chang's La Cantera is a proud sponsor of the Area 210 podcast.
PF Chang's has those signature cocktails again for $8.99 for a limited time right now. Chica recommends most of these. Not that she's only tried 5 of the 8, and she likes all 5 of the 8. So far, so good when it comes to it all. I am partial towards the Jade Margarita. That's the one that I would do. I like margaritas. Chica like the lychee martini. But I also go for the old fashioned. The smoke old fashioned is fantastic over there. Yep. Go hang out at PF Chang's La Cadena. The weather is nicer outside, Joe. Go outside. Enjoy lunch, enjoy dinner. It's good food, man. Good food, and you never know who's going to be out there, man. We, might run into Mike Mitchell Jr., might run into Billy Madison from Billy Madison Radio, might run into Goldberg. How do you think that they've been on this show? It's because of PF Chang's La Cantera and our good friend Sean Quintero over there.
Carter Bryant goes out there too. Some of the Spurs players go out there and eat at PF Chang's.
It's right next to the Spurs training facility, man. Very, very cool.
They probably go out there and get the salmon, Mike. It's pretty good.
I've never had salmon in my entire life, Joe.
It's so good, man.
I don't know. Getting a little bit disappointed at those Atlanta Hawks, man. They are pissing me off, Joe. That Spurs lottery pick is looking worse and worse.
What happened with Mike? That was not me. What happened, Miguelito?
I did not do anything other than look at my phone.
I didn't do anything either. I was just here showing the chat on the screen and then boom.
Yeah.
It's that Conroe internet, bro.
So right now it's looking like the Spurs are going to be picking around 12, between 11 and 14. I would die for that. I would kill for that 11th spot, Joe. But right now, if the season ended right now, the Thunder would pick 12 and the Spurs would pick 13. And the Thunder would get the player the Spurs would want, right? So we need Atlanta to start losing some of these games. Atlanta, now with a winning record at 32 and 31, but still on the outside of the lottery. Still inside the lottery, rather, because they're not in position yet to make a playoff run. Myra says, YouTube said enough of Mike. Earlier, Myra said that she agreed, Joe, that valet, if there's no valet at the hotel, she don't want to stay there.
Exactly. She knows what's up, man. You don't want to go and have to park your own damn car. You're going to pull up to a nice hotel. They're going to park it for you.
The secret of San Antonio is this, Joe. The hotels downtown, the nice hotels like Valencia, St. Anthony.
I like Contessa. I don't know what Contessa is good.
Same price as the Hyatt and the Hilton in West River Hills. the same price as the hotels along Fiesta, Texas, and along I-10, like the Colonnade. It's the same price. Like it used to be, you could go to the Holiday Inn. Unless you're going to the Holiday Inn Express, right? But if you're going to a nice hotel, the downtown hotels are the same price. And by the way, do a vacation on Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday. Have you ever done that, Joe? Have you ever gone on vacation and said, instead of going there on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like going to Vegas or going to Miami, go on a vacation on the end of the weekend? A, it's cheaper. B, there's fewer people there. And C, it's the exact same thing, Joe. The casino does not change if you go on a Sunday and a Monday, Tuesday, compared to if you go on a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It doesn't change.
Yeah.
It doesn't change. The beach doesn't look any different on a Monday than it does on Friday.
But remember to book the right hotel, right, Mike?
Right.
Which one did you book? You wanted the Hyatt Hill Country Resort.
Hyatt, and I got the Hilton Hill Country Resort with a crappy ass
Poor
hot
Chica.
tub. Chica, for my birthday, has already told me what she's gotten me. So she got me. So I might need some assistance with the show on Thursday and Friday of next week. Friday for sure, because that's my birthday.
Yeah.
She got me tickets for March 12th, Bill Burr performing in Houston. It's great. I love Bill Burr. Might be my favorite comedian. He's top 3 easily. I'd say number 1. But she got us a hotel over there. She goes, I want to relax over there. And she let it out that it has a lazy river. Joe, I love me a lazy river, man.
Yeah. It's a Hyatt Regency Hill Country Resort here in San Antonio. And then they got the lagoon. They're going to open that lagoon. It opens up this week in 2 days, actually.
Sam says, exactly, Mike. There's nothing better than leaving on Sunday and seeing all the suckers having to go back home because their trip is over.
Look at Sean, just finished the 18 holes doing the
What'd
shotgun.
You shoot, Sean? What'd you shoot, Sean? I'm going to say he shot an 86. He's going to be offended. He's going to say 82.
Yeah, look at Myra saying, oh, the Texas Lazy River. That sounds good right now, man. I'm tired.
Oh, man. Do you ever go to like the Comal or the Guadalupe and just float?
Yeah.
I love that, dude. I love the float.
Or go to Chalk Bluff over by Uvalde. That's a nice place, man. Just go ahead and set up the canopy. Just hang out there in the water, drink all day. It's not a bad time, man. Have the Bluetooth speaker.
What I can't do is Garner. That water is cold, literally cold. It's called the Frio.
The Frio River.
that water cold. So no. Sean says, let's just talk about the show. So he did play bad today.
No, he did play bad. A little too much drinky drink there.
So, it's when I was at the Home and Garden show, I had that putter contest, that putt thing that Sean has.
Yeah.
I was setting it up where people would get a free sleeve of balls if they could knock it in from 7 feet. I give them 2 or 3 chances at it. After a while, Joe, but by the time the weekend was over, my putting form was on point, Joe. I made 7 in a row, and then I went off the reservation onto the carpeting away from the place, from the game, to hit it from 15 feet, knocked it in, Joe. My putting game is pretty good. I have a pretty decent short game. My driving sucks.
You know, Happy Gilmore? You're Happy Gilmore?
The big dog don't eat, man. My driving sucks. But you get me within 90 yards, might do some damage.
You're Tiger Woods? Come on.
No, I'm respectable from 90 yards in. If it's a chip or a putt, it's a good chance I'm going to do all right.
You know, I was going to show this video that I have here, too, because it's Throwback Thursday, man. You know, everybody likes to go ahead and talk about old school stuff, you know, from like Mike likes to say, back in the day.
Back in the day.
So this one's a video that they have. It says a trio of dunks from San Antonio rookie Tim Duncan at Golden State. And Tim Duncan finished with 35 points, 17 rebounds, and 5 blocks. But the Warriors defeated the Spurs 90-83. But nonetheless, Tim Duncan had a hell of a game. So let's watch some of the video here.
Williams had Marshall right with him. Almost conceding the outside shot, but you can't concede the pick and roll because Duncan, he'll roll with the best of them.
Little pick and roll here, but watch Duncan go up and just...
Cappy driving in lefty again. Duncan in the middle of the break. Duncan finishing the break. A lot of 7-footers handle the ball like that?
Not many in this league. Minute on the court, only 1 point, only a couple rebounds, but he's been good. Now this is a mistake.
Yeah,
This
Duncan
is
was
a mistake.
going to
I
have to know,
mean,
giving him the free throw.
It's efficient.
It's efficient.
It wasn't sexy. None of those were like
No.
dazzling dunks. They were just dunks, man. He put it through the hoop. He didn't talk trash. He just went back to the other side of the court to play defense.
How does he walk when he?
Okay, so speaking of walking like that, right? Last night, Chica pissed me off, man.
Oh God, what did she ruin now?
Okay, so she wanted me to watch TV with her last night.
Yeah.
And I had a long day at work, man. I was just client meeting after client meeting after client meeting, designing cases, making phone calls, doing customer service. I was just working hard like yesterday, really hard. And when Chica came home, I told her I was tired. So we had dinner, and she puts on her show, and she wants me to watch it with. She wants me to binge it with her. I was in and out, man. I was falling asleep like left and right. I'd fall asleep for 30 minutes, for 10 minutes, wake up for 10, fall asleep for 10, wake up for 10.
Yeah.
For like the better part of 2 hours. And I could tell Chica was frustrated with this because she wanted to spend time with me. So at midnight, she's ready to go to bed, and she wakes me up. And at this point, I'm like snoring, sleeping. She wakes me up and goes, "Michael, there's someone outside." Trying to tell me like there's an intruder, right? I was half asleep and I just stumbled my way to the door. And she goes, "What were you going to do with that?" And she goes, "You're stumbling." She goes, "You look drunk going over there." But she made me mad because I was like, there was nothing over there. She was just effing around with me. And I told her there'll be a day when something like that does happen. I'm not going to believe her. So don't fool with your dude when it comes to all that, man. Just saying.
There's someone at the door and you're going to go answer the door. Come on, Mike.
No, go look out the window, whatever, go get the gun from upstairs. I mean, I guess, but why? But if that was true, because if it was legit true, she would have told me to go get the gun, but she didn't.
No.
So that's why I knew that it was nothing. Anyway, there you go.
Oh man, I was going to say, since we're on this kick too for Throwback Thursday, who remembers this, man? You got to remember this. This was like on the Sega, dude. Sega Genesis. David Robinson's Supreme Court. This was a big deal back in the day, right? When we were younger, because we didn't have a lot of like basketball games besides like NBA Jam, things like that. But you had David Robinson featured on a video game, and it probably wasn't very good, but everybody wanted it just because it had David Robinson's face on it.
I don't even remember that game, dude. I don't remember that game.
Somebody remembers this game.
NBA Jam was the thing, dude. That's what it was. Joe, we'll go back in the day. What was the number one song 30 years ago today?
What was it?
So we're talking about 1996. Well, the first song that was number one in 1996, all the way through now. It was Mariah Carey and Boyz II Men, "One Sweet Day," which was the last song. Which was the song that was number one when the Cowboys won the last Super Bowl. Man, that song that was number one all the way through January, February, all the way through March, man. Crazy. Hey, May of 1996, "The Crossroads" by Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Meet you at the crossroads.
I miss my Uncle Charles, y'all.
You listen to a lot of R&B, Mike.
I do.
Like, you didn't listen to a lot of alternative music, right, growing up?
No, I did. I was a big fan of Pearl Jam, of STP, Alice in Chains. So, well, not so much Alice in Chains. I liked Alice in Chains more later on. I liked Siamese Dream. I liked that album a lot more later on. But back in the day, the alternative was for me was Soundgarden, was STP, maybe a little bit of Jane's Addiction, Red Hot Chili Peppers, stuff like that. Yeah. I watched that growing up, Joe. Looking at the number one movie back in 1996.
What was it?
On this day in 1996, Up Close and Personal. Don't even know that movie.
I'm on this kick now, Mike, where I'm going in here and looking for old Spurs videos, right? Stuff from way back when. Look at this, dude.
Ah, a little Stuart Scott.
Booyah, Look what he's talking about.
Season, the scoring race between Shaquille O'Neal and David Robinson was as tight as a ring on a fat guy's finger. Shaq, the Diesel, led Robinson by 6/100ths of a point going into the last day. The Spurs played first, so Robinson knew that he had to have a big game, but he had mad game, 71 points. He basically made the Clippers look silly. He was on a rampage. Check out the move over hot plate, the lay-in
Over hot plate.
over Loy Vault, again over Vault. The baseline J. Check out, the worm loves it. Robinson was on fire. He's even putting it up from long distance. And then, all alone with the obsession on the end, he had 71 points for the day. So that means David Robinson wins the NBA scoring race, 29.7875, since we are being specific, points a game.
That was a big deal for Spurs fans back in the day because we didn't even have video. If we didn't have that video, that video was courtesy of who? News 4 San Antonio. Mike, they were the only media team there from San Antonio to even record video. If they hadn't had this video, like, it wouldn't exist because the game wasn't televised. It was like only broadcasted over the airwaves. I don't know if you remember that. I was listening to the game.
Oh, back in the day when you used to listen to the radio, you used to listen to, what was that guy's name? Sam something or another. The Jay Howard is who it was. It was Jay Howard, listening to him back in the day. No, I know a lot of Laker fans and a lot of NBA fans make fun of that title run, that scoring title run. But Shaq was also propping up his numbers as well. But the Spurs made it a point that they wanted David to get that prize. And David Robinson, you look at those highlights there, still to me the best Spur to ever play the game. Still the best Spur to ever play the game. The greatest is Duncan, but the best Spur still to me is David Robinson. We have some breaking news when it comes to pop culture, Joe. But before we go to that, a celebrity, the breaking news is a big name celebrity arrested for DUI. Talk about on the other side. Let's give some love to Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio.
The Hard Rock Cafe San Antonio is Riverwalk dining at its best. With great scenic views along with its amazing collection of rock memorabilia, there is something for everyone. Enjoy happy hour weekdays from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. with $8 and $10 appetizers, $5 domestic drafts, and $6 craft import drafts at the bar only. Try some of the Hard Rock Cafe's legendary steak burgers, or my personal favorite, such as the grilled salmon or baby back ribs. Make sure to visit the third level and enjoy the DJ as you take in the city skyline. The Hard Rock Cafe is a proud sponsor of the Area 210 podcast.
Hey, I want to thank Hard Rock Cafe for hosting our event the other day. It was a successful party. Lots of people out there. We had about 50 people out there, right? Enjoying our celebration. It was amazing.
We had people showing up early, Mike. They wanted to hang out with us early, and it was great to see. Like I said, my biggest fear is always when we have these events, no one's going to show up. But I was like, no, sure enough, everybody showed up. We had enough swag bags to go around. It was a very, let's say, big hit, not only with the staff there at the Hard Rock, the manager liked it as well. She was walking around, checking everything. But everybody that was there, they enjoyed themselves too. And it was great. Wasn't it great interacting with everybody live, Mike? Just talking with them for a little bit. Yeah.
It was amazing. The next one's going to be on a Thursday night in April for the NFL draft. We have some breaking news that's just being reported on TMZ.com right now that Britney Spears was arrested.
Jeez.
For DUI in Ventura County, California. Happened at 9:30 last night. She was then taken to a hospital, by the way, so she's recovering in the hospital for something. Have no idea what it's all about, but again, DUI is a big deal. She's been in a lot of court battles recently for her
controversy,
her custody, if you will. She is damaged goods.
Mike, when you can tell when people need some help, right?
Yeah,
they got some mental things going on. She needs some help, dude. We've seen the videos and all that kind of stuff of her, man. Like she needs something, dude. She needs some help of some kind.
She think about when she came in. She was a sex symbol at age 17, 18.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy with the Hit Me Baby One More Time video and all that stuff. The revelation later on that she got knocked up by Justin Timberlake. and that he forced her to have an abortion. That's what she claims. It messed with her, dude. Look at those eyes, Joe. You just tell by those eyes that no
the
one's
eyes
home.
don't lie. The eyes don't lie, Mike.
She was not the greatest singer of all time, but was a hell of an entertainer, performer, Mickey Mouse Club, and all that stuff. It's sad. It's tragic. That's why you look at those who are successful that seem to be healthy, like Miranda Cosgrove, who played Carly and iCarly, or you look at certain singers out there that, like Kelly Clarkson, who was young when she won American Idol. You look at them and go, man, they're able to make it. They have the support system around them where people were looking out for them. But then you look at like Ariana Grande and her 80-pound self. You look at Britney Spears. Christina Aguilera seems to be okay. It's just so sad, man. The industry chews them up and spits them out, man. And they have a bunch of people there who don't look out for them. It sucks. As Tony says, toxic. Those guys are toxic.
Toxica.
Well, I mean, it's alluding to the song that she sang back in the early 2000s. Although, what's your favorite Britney Spears song? Okay, how many Britney Spears songs do I have listed on my Spotify, Joe? Give me an over-under.
8.
Wow, that's high. And the sad thing is, you might be right. You might be right,
saying,
Joe.
I know you, Mike. You got about 8 in there.
I'm going to blame it on me liking to go for jogs every once in a while. I need to have some upbeat music. And then also my daughter Ava loves her. It's exactly 8. I have Baby One More Time. You Drive Me Crazy. Sometimes Give Me More. Work, Bitch. Womanizer. Toxic. And then that one song that she has with the Black Eyed Peas. Black Eyed Peas.
Myra's leaving. Bye, Myra.
Later on, Myra. That Black Eyed Peas song with Britney is pretty good, man. It's called
Joy-Con Drift King.
It's called Scream and Shout. I want to scream and shout and let it all out.
Look what he
Scream
says.
and shout and let it out.
Joy-Con Drift King says, Joe hits blast, hit me, baby, one more time in the caddy. No, man. You know, it was driver. And you're standing next to a little Toyota Corolla, bro.
Oh yeah, I was opening the door to a wrong car.
The door. Like, Mike, what are you doing, bro? It's not my car.
I didn't get drunk until later. I was exhausted showing up to the party. I mean, I was like, everyone was like, "You look drunk." I'm like, "I'm not drunk. I'm tired." But I kept it going, dude. I kept it going. Got my groove on. Got my drink on.
You were tired, bro. When I put you in the caddy, you got in the caddy and everything. You were asleep, dude. You were done. You were only like 3 minutes, 4 minutes away, by car.
Oh yeah. Yes.
And Chica tells me, "Oh, Joe's got a fancy." Mike getting into the freaking Toyota Corolla. I'm like, "What are you doing, bro?"
Does it
Good
matter
times,
which car
Mike.
takes me home? I don't care. Just get me home. Get me to my hotel.
Get in the Corolla because the Corolla will take you home. That's why.
Yeah.
Hey, let's look at this video too. This is the one from the long-haired
Ginobili stops and hit.
These are the highlights from Manu Ginobili's game against the Pistons in the final.
Inside the arc. Ori now, who got hot in the first
That was
quarter.
prime Manu, dude, with the flowing locks.
From the corner. Struggling, getting great looks for threes, but Ginobili and Parker only have 7.
Is he the
was
most
so
exciting
good.
Spur of all time?
He was, and look at what he dropped that day, dude. 25, 5, and 4.
Right.
And he completely took over the fourth quarter, dude, to close out the Pistons. That was prime Ginobili, prime Ginobili, right? With those flowing locks. Obi-Wan Ginobili.
Was he the most exciting player in Spurs history? Who are the most exciting players in Spurs history? Because it's not Tim.
No.
Is it Gervin? Is it Robinson?
Ginobili, dude.
Is it Ginobili? You
Ginobili.
can't say Duncan. No one watched Tim Duncan and went, "Oh, that's so exciting." He was great and brilliant, Mr. Fundamental. Fundamentals aren't exciting.
It had to be Ginobili. Ginobili was probably the most electrifying player that was out there on the court because nutmegging, doing the Euro step, the behind the back pass as he was driving to the lane, pulling up and just dunking on you. I mean, it was amazing to see. You couldn't believe that you had got him. You know, you got him on the team if you're a Spurs fan, and he came out of nowhere.
I am making this a Spurs a Twitter poll. Who is the most exciting Spurs player of all time? I think the answer is going to be Manu. To me, it is.
I would say so.
Because a Twitter poll only allows you to have 4 people in there, right?
Yeah.
And to me, you have to have Gervin in there. It's Gervin, dude. George Gervin has to be listed on there. David Robinson has to be listed on there. Tony Parker's the one out, right?
Yeah.
I bet you will have 10 votes by the end of the show.
And look, it's speaking of George Gervin. Let's go ahead and show him some highlights of his game.
Hit the back rim and come out. There's your backdoor foul, and that is the Iceman. Try and force him to the right hand. And the report that I had was if you the right, you got to force him left. Well, there's Gervin off the pick, comes to the middle on the curl, and running, but you can't stop him. There's Gervin, played by Moncrief, and Buckner does a
that finger roll, man.
How is it the finger roll and the sky hook have not been replicated by other players?
Look at that, man.
Very
I mean,
nice.
this is what it was like back in the day, you know, going to one of these games in the 80s. Like the courts were elevated. you were sitting in bleachers and stuff, you know, like it was a different time, man.
Militia guy reaches out and says, if you don't say the Iceman, it's because you're too young to know how great he was. And that may very well be true. Gervin it was Gervin, Magic, and Dr. J. Those were the exciting players of the early 80s. And they did it with style. They did it with swagger. I mean, that was the most exciting guy out there. That up until Wemby, wouldn't you say that Gervin was the most stylish player of all time?
No. He was just so smooth. Gervin was just so smooth with it, man.
Hanover says Gino because most people never saw ice. And that's no disrespect to Tony Parker, because Parker was an exciting player to watch, and he had the floater and all that stuff and the spin moves and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, he wasn't Manu.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Manu's hair flopping to the wind. There was 2 versions of Manu, right? Like there was 2 versions of Van Halen. You know, there was the David Lee Roth version, the Sammy Hagar version. We had the bald Ginobili, and we had the hair flopping Manu. Hair flopping Manu, the flowing
was
lock
prime
was
Manu.
amazing.
Prime Manu. Prime Manu Ginobili. But you know what? Nobody gave more of themselves to the game than Ginobili, because Ginobili would go out there and just play at 100%. Every time he was out there on the court, he'd give it everything he had. The only thing that you can gripe upon him is that the Spurs were playing the Dallas Mavericks, Mike, and they had that game won. And Ginobili just couldn't help himself, dude. And he should have just let Nowitzki fly by and just laid up. It would have just been 2 points. Spurs would have won. He couldn't help himself, man. And he fouled him. Went to the and one, went to the stripe, sent the game into overtime.
Spurs have 5 rings, right? Could have been 9. Can you imagine Tim Duncan's legacy if he had 9?
Jeez.
9, Joe.
Been goated, man.
2013. Now, for those who say 2014 would never have happened if it wasn't for 2013, stupid. That's stupid. You're the best team. You're going to be the best team.
Sam Salinas and Mario Cavazos. He gave his left nut for the game. Literally, he did.
So, the Ray Allen shot prevented the Spurs from winning a title. The champagne was actually in the locker room at the time. That could have been ring 6. You mentioned Manu hacking Dirk Nowitzki. That should have been 7. 0.4 when it came to Derek Fisher making that shot for the Lakers. That could have been 8.
Oh, the 0.3 or 0.4?
0.4. And then you have that one season where was it Duncan got hurt and Manu
Oh,
got
that
hurt?
was against Phoenix, dude. That was a playoff series against Phoenix where he hurt his knee.
Yeah. Could have been 9, Joe. That's amazing. 2 votes in,
remember
both
that.
of them for Manu, dude. 2 votes in.
Telling you, man. Manu Ginobili. Remember that's how I used to say his name. They couldn't say his name right.
Well,
So they pronounced it Ginobili.
that's how you pronounce it. Actually, that's the right.
They would say Ginobili.
Ginobili
like
is just how we say it. Like say my name is Jimenez.
But he's not Italian though. He's Argentinian.
But Ginobili is not Latin.
And they'd say Ginobili. So you're gonna pronounce his name Ginobili?
Yeah. That's probably
Oh,
more
look,
accurate.
there's the poll right now. I'll go ahead and repost it. Let's go ahead and see what the numbers say. I'll go ahead and vote for you right now so y'all can see it. The most exciting Spurs player of all time. I want to go with Gervin, but man, my heart goes with Ginobili, bro. 75% of the votes in right now. Ginobili. Got to give it to Ginobili. And it is San Antonio Spurs player Mason Plumlee's birthday today. So give him a birthday shout out there.
I mean,
Happy
I know he's
birthday
gotten
to
a
him.
check from the Spurs. Has he played for the Spurs yet? I'm not sure.
He hasn't played, but I mean, he's officially on the squad. He turns 36 years old today.
36. Could be his final season, for all that we know.
Probably.
What do you got going on this weekend, Joe?
I'm gonna wind up going camping, dude. So I'm not gonna do the show on Monday. So I'm gonna go camping with my niece. I take her every year. So we're scheduled to go out there on Sunday, and we're gonna go camping, Palmetto State Park.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I already got the place and everything near the Buc-ee's because she likes me to go and take her to the Buc-ee's. So I always have this tradition where I take her to Buc-ee's, we get snacks and everything, get her a shirt, and then we go to the park and we go and stop right at the lookout. So I take a picture of her on the big old rock. She stands up on the rock. She likes me to take her picture there. And then we go and set up, and she likes to go for hikes, man. So me and her will go for a hike in the trails that they have, and then we'll come back. She wants to get in the water this time, so hopefully the weather will cooperate so she can get on the kayak or whatever and get in the go around the lake for a bit. She likes to do some fishing with Uncle, and then we just hang tight, and just I usually cook, barbecue something on the grill, and then at night, we'll have the fire going and we look at the stars and whatnot. And usually the Spurs play a game during that time. So I do have the portable TV, as you can see where my thumb is right there. I have the portable TV that's wireless, you just charge it up and it's ready to go. So I'll take it out there. We'll be watching TV or watching the game, in the outdoors. So it's going to be fun. It's a fun day.
I'm going to do the most brilliant thing this weekend that I haven't done in a long, long time. I'm going to do nothing.
Nothing?
Absolutely nothing. I'm going to sit on my ass. Now, Chica's going to make me clean the house, with her, right? We're going to do some spring cleaning. But I'm looking forward to just staying home. No driving, no nothing, just staying home. I'll get back on it next week when I have to do work meetings and stuff like that. But
yeah,
man.
I'm going to be tired, man. My little niece has a lot of energy, dude. She keeps me going nonstop from the minute we pick her up until the minute I come and drop her back off. And everybody else is coming with us too. So I think I'm going to have maybe my sister-in-law take out the other kids and go and visit us for the day. It's only about an hour, 10 minutes, something like that away from San Antonio. They got really good barbecue over in Luling, Mike. So there's more to do than just the camping. I was thinking about maybe going into town and maybe getting some barbecue because it's really good, man. But don't get that sweet tea, bro. That's diabetes in a cup. Woo, bro. They're heavy with the sugar, man.
So I'm looking at an article right now on ESPN talking about Kingston Flemings from Brennan High School. Talking about the top players in the draft. They have Kingston Flemings right now ranked as the 5th best prospect in the upcoming 2026 NBA draft. Says the big question to ask for him is, can he get better defense? Some big games tonight around the NBA, Joe. Not only the Spurs and Pistons, but you've got the Lakers at the Nuggets tonight. That's going to be a 9:00 game on Amazon Prime. You have the Raptors on the road against the Timberwolves and the Warriors against the Rockets. So some pretty good games tonight. The Mavericks are on the road against the Orlando Magic.
Yeah.
I look at the Spurs tonight. Just give me some. Just show me Stephon Castle. Show me Victor Wembanyama. Those are the two players I'm focusing on the most, and I want to see if the home cooking works. Spurs haven't played there in a month, Joe, at the Frost Bank Center.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. You know, if they get excited to be back home, they might be amped up. It's going to have the feeling, Joe, of an opening night. It's been so long.
It's a playoff atmosphere. But, you know, one of the things we didn't talk about that I thought was funny, and it shows when you're of a certain age, things happen to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the reason why Harrison Barnes, the Toyota Corolla, missed his game, the brother took a nap. He took a nap, Mike, and woke up and he messed up his ankle.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, man.
He had over 300 games in a row where he had not only played, but most of them had been starts. And for him to miss a game because he got hurt, he hurt himself while taking a nap.
Taking a nap.
That's how you know you're at the tail end of your career, Joe.
Here comes the money.
It is. We got a 199 super chatting coming from Jason Garcia. He says, give YouTube a chancla, keeps buffering. Telling y'all, man, it's not us, it's YouTube. YouTube's been having some issues as of late, Mike, which leads me to believe that I love YouTube. We get most of our viewership from YouTube, but we can't put all our eggs in one basket. I think we're going to have to start multi-streaming again to the other platforms like Facebook and the X. And I was looking at some of the other Kick, you know, and they have Twitch. We have the capability to do that. So we might have to start doing that, man, because YouTube as of late, they get the chancla for that, man.
People have been asking for us to put our stuff back on Spotify, so that might be something we need to look at as well.
Yeah,
but it takes time. It takes time.
It does. I'm trying to automate right now, so I'm gonna be talking with the group here and training people so they can help us with clips and getting the show back up and doing that because I got no time. Neither do you, Mike. As soon as we're done with the show, we're at work.
Go back to work.
Back to work, dude. Speaking of which, I think we need to go ahead and end the show a little early today because I got to get back to work because they're already calling me because of all the stuff that's going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
I got to go back to work. I'm being called up.
Very nice. Everyone have a fantastic day today. Again, Spurs take on the Pistons tonight at 7:00. We'll be talking about the game tomorrow. Go Spurs, go. And start of a 6-game homestand. So we'll see how the Spurs do tonight against the Pistons. We both have the Spurs winning.
Yeah.
We both have it being low scoring. So let's see how it turns out tomorrow. Go Spurs, go.
Yeah. Look at JHNSB saying, and the building hasn't been lagging at all, respectfully. Well, they use a different platform than we do. So we can't speak to what everybody else uses. We use a certain platform. And unfortunately, right now you're getting lagging. So
like
it is what it is.
Talk about Streamlabs.
Yeah, they use Streamlabs. We don't use Streamlabs because Streamlabs doesn't have as much of the capability as we do. You know, when it comes to doing other things, showing on-screen notifications and all these other little things that they enjoy here with the show. If you use another platform, you can't do that. So the reason why we don't use them. But either way, dude, we appreciate y'all watching. We got to go. We'll see you boys tomorrow. We're out.
We're on.
Peace.